it's 95 degrees outside. Girl, come on. I got better things to do than to be contouring my nose. Hey babes, it's Trenae, aka Trenaejxo. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So as you can tell by the title, today we're doing some makeup. I am showing you guys my updated summer makeup routine. This makeup routine is definitely very similar to the makeup routine that I did in my recent Get Ready With Me, where I tried the clean girl aesthetic. Super similar to that. The only difference I think is maybe the lashes. But yeah, this is a makeup look that I wear just about every day when I'm going out in the summertime. Just like when it's hot outside, you don't want to feel all like cakey and made up and done up. You want something that's like light, glowy, natural, bronzy, all of that. So this look is definitely super easy to recreate, a quick routine. It takes me about 10 minutes or less to do this. So if you want to see how I achieve this makeup look, my updated summer makeup routine, then just keep watching. Okay, girl. So first things first, I actually I know I have a video like this on my channel already for a summer makeup routine, but I do just slightly different, you know? So yeah, so of course you want to make sure that you do your proper skin prep. Now, it's very, 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 very important that you use SPF in your summer makeup routine. Like, I can't stress it enough. SPF is so important, especially for people of color. I feel like it's a huge misconception that you don't need to wear SPF, but 100% you do. Definitely under your makeup. There are some foundations like the one that I use that does come with SPF in it, and if you have that, that's great, but it doesn't hurt to double up, you feel me? So I already did my skin prep, which cleansed, moisturized, did my whole skincare routine, and then I went in, the last product that I apply in my skincare routine, especially for daytime, is SPF. Next up, so the first thing I'm going to do is apply my foundation. For my summer makeup routine, I don't use as much foundation. I definitely would say like it's a lighter coverage, and this is for every day, like day-to-day, like casual, going out, not necessarily like night out, you know what I mean? So like if I was going on like a date or to the club or a party, or I don't really go to the club like that anymore, but if I did, maybe out of town or something, I don't know, but like for special events and going out, this is not the routine that I do. This is for like every day. You're outside, you're at a picnic, you're at a cookout, you're, I don't know, whatever the summer activities that you could possibly be doing, this is what this is for. I like to have for my summer makeup like more light coverage foundation, and I also like to have dewy foundation as well. Just once you mix in with the powder products, I just feel like the combination does well, especially for my skin, because I do have dry skin. This is why I love this foundation so much, but because I don't need super full coverage, I also like to use this, and this is the foundation that I use all the time, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I'm in the shade, if you care, 209, which is caramel beige. This is for normal dry skin. It's a radiant finish, and it is a hydrating formula, so that's why I like this. Now, if you have oily skin, you may not necessarily like a glowy foundation. I would say maybe go for something that has a satin finish, but not matte, because I do feel like in the summer you want to have like glowy skin, and matte foundation is just not going to get you there. So I don't know why I squeezed out all this product. I don't know, couldn't tell you. Another product that would be good for summertime is like a BB cream or a CC cream. I would say go for something that is buildable but like light to medium coverage, you know what I mean? Girl, because you don't have time when it's hot outside to be all cakey and you sweating and your face is like melting off, running down your chin. Like, less is more when it comes to summer makeup. And it's easier, girl, if you start sweating, you was already glowing from the beginning with your makeup. So if you start sweating and it's getting a little dewy, nobody's really going to notice. They just going to think you glowy, like you got super glowy, hydrated skin. You know what I mean? So next up, I'm going to use concealer, and I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way. I normally have two concealer shades. One is to actually like conceal, and then the other one is to brighten. But for my summer makeup, I want it to look more natural, so I don't really use the brightening concealer. So this is the darker shade of the two concealers that I use, so that's why I'm using this. This is in the shade Latte. Yes. So I don't apply as much either, because again, less is more. You don't want to like pile the makeup on. If you have like acne prone skin or like super like hyperpigmentation, and you feel like a light coverage foundation is not going to work for you, then I would suggest getting like a full coverage maybe foundation or full coverage concealer. And what you can do is only apply that full coverage foundation to areas where you really need that coverage. And same thing goes for the concealer. Like if you decide to use a fuller coverage concealer, and then you can go in with your lighter coverage foundation or your BB cream or whatever you're using over top, like all over the rest of your face. Less is more. You're not going to feel cakey, and you're only going to have that coverage in those areas that you really need it. But your makeup will still be lightweight, and it'll still feel lightweight. So for the concealer, I only apply it right in the inner corner of my eye, like right there. That's basically it. And then right in between my brows, a little bit on the chin. While that's drying down, I do like to cream contour. So I'm going in with a darker concealer. My contour shade that I'm using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Deep Chestnut. So I like to be bronzy. Like for the summertime, I want to look like a bronze, dewy, glowy goddess, okay? I just want to look like I stepped off the beach. Like I'm just touched down from the islands. Like that's how I'm trying to look. So I do like to be bronze, which is why I like to cream contour. I just feel like it gives a more like skin-like finish, but I'm still going light with the product. Like I'm not doing anything crazy, but I'm going to conceal in the places that I normally would. So like my cheeks, of course, and around my forehead. If you like to conceal your jawline, you can feel free to do so, but I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm taking this Real Techniques buffing brush for that, and I'm going to like stipple. I guess this is called stippling, right? I'm just patting it in. I feel like I need to make a video about this at some point, but concealer placement is so important, right? So when you put your concealer on, you want to make sure you're blending upward and not down, because you want your concealer to create like shape and like snatch your face, not drag it down. So just a little pro tip. Now, because I have a small forehead, I always apply my concealer on the outside of my forehead, like around my temple area. So you see how I have like a little bit of like, it's like a little bit of definition, like just enough. Like I just look bronze, it looks natural. Like that's kind of what you want for your contour, especially like for daytime. When I'm doing my makeup routine, like this is what I like to see. Okay, so for my concealer, I'm just going to use my sponge to blend that out, my beauty sponge. This is the Morphe beauty sponge, and I do like this because it has the flat edge. I just always leave the under eye for last because I don't know why. So now all the concealer is blended out. I'm going to take my translucent powder. Today I'm going to be, just because it's right here, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I'm using the shade Fair Light, which is number 10. Instead of actually like, normally I would set with my beauty blender, I would dip it in the powder, tape off the excess, and like press it into my skin. But for my summer routine, I just apply the powder with a brush. So I'm taking this like little fluffy brush. This is by Real Techniques. I don't know what brush it is, honestly, but I'll try to find it and link it below, as in addition to all the rest of the products that I'm using. But I just get a little bit of powder on the brush and then tape off the excess. Let me make sure all this is blended out, girl, because those, my under eye creases so bad, it's crazy. See that? Like, it's just, all you need is to set it in place. I'm not like trying to bake. I just want to set the concealer. So it gives you like the lightest veil of powder under your eye. That's all you need. Not too long ago, I did a Get Ready With Me where I tried the Clean Girl aesthetic. I tried that because I got inspired by this thread that I saw on Twitter with all these black girls who were doing like the Clean Girl aesthetic as far as makeup, and they look beautiful. So I was like, I need to try this because everything looks good on us. You feel me? So what caught me by surprise though, actually it didn't, because like I don't know what it is about you people on social media, but a lot of people I just feel like are so, it's so crazy to me that y'all actually thought the Clean Girl aesthetic had anything to do with hygiene. I'm here to tell you it does not, and I'm sorry if you were mistaken, but the Clean Girl aesthetic is referring to like a style. Minimalistic, clean lines, polished. It does not have anything to do with whether or not you bathe. Like you could be a dirty person and still have the Clean Girl aesthetic. I don't know where the wires got crossed, but yeah, it has nothing to do with that. I personally feel like it's just the minimalist style rebranded as the Clean Girl. I don't really know who coined the term Clean Girl, but that's why it's always in quotes, if you've ever noticed, because it's just a title, it's just a name, and it's not to be taken that literal. And I hate what social media is doing to y'all, that people was actually arguing about the fact that like, oh, well, if I don't do this, does that mean that I'm dirty? And it's just like, huh? The internet can sometimes be such a weird place. You could like literally be like, oh, my favorite color is blue. And people will be like, oh, so you don't like green? And it's just like, we weren't even talking about green. I just was saying what my anyway. So yeah, so in that Get Ready With Me, I tried the Clean Girl aesthetic, and I really feel like the makeup is very, very similar to what I do for my summer makeup routine. You just are wearing less product. You just want it to be like super minimal. So if you noticed, I didn't do anything to my nose. I know. I don't know what's gotten into me these days, but yeah, so I definitely don't do any contouring to my nose for my summer makeup routine, like for this specific makeup routine. And don't nobody got time for like all that product on your face. Like it's 95 degrees outside, girl, come on. I got better things to do than to be contouring my nose. Another thing that I'm really into is this cream blush. I do want to try a liquid blush. Everybody's been raving about the Rave Beauty. Everybody's been raving about the Rave Beauty liquid blush, so I need to definitely try that soon. But for blush, I'm using this Lip and Cheek Stick by Milk Makeup. And this is in the color Swish. And it's a pink blush, which another thing I've really been into. Like pink blush. Who would have ever thought? It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but for me, yes, it's just like so youthful and like literally you look like you're blushing. Now it does look like I'm going heavy on the product, but that's because I kind of am. I really like blush. Like I don't know how people don't use blush. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just kind of blend around the edges. Know what I mean? So now I'm going to take a powder brush and my face powder. This is the Black Opal Ultra Matte Foundation Powder. And I'm going to just go in, tap out the excess, and everywhere that I did not apply like highlight or contour is where I'm going to set. When you are using powder products, after each layer of powder, you want to go in with a setting spray. So I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Quick layer, let that dry down. So I'm also going to go in with my face powder for eyeshadow. I don't want anything on my eyes. I don't want it to look like I have on eyeshadow, which is why I'm using my face powder. And basically the powder is just setting the concealer that I put on my eyes or whatever, just to make them look, you know, covered. You get what I'm saying, if that makes sense? Just to give it the slightest hint of color. Next up, I do want to take a little bit of powder contour, take a little bit of powder bronzer just to set the cream bronzer. And I'm using the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette by Essence. And I'm taking the second to lightest shade, so this shade, which is like really, really close to my skin. It's probably like a shade darker from my actual like face powder. I tap off the excess and just set where I put that cream contour. And I'm going very, very light with this. I'm only tapping twice, and I'm also tapping off the excess because I don't want really extra coverage. I just really want to set it in place. That's basically it for the face. If you've been here, then you know how I feel about highlighter. I don't really like highlighter. Like, I don't ever apply it. If you like highlighter, by all means, this would be the time for you to just, you know, apply it on your face wherever you like. But I don't care for highlighter, so I'm not going to apply any. And it's like kind of weird because it's the summertime. I said I want to be glowy. What better way to be glowy than to apply highlighter? I don't know. I'm just not into it. Next up is brows. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This time I'm using the shade Espresso. I normally like to use the shade Black, but because it is a more natural makeup routine, I want my brows to look more natural too. You know what I mean? I just don't want them as dark. So I'm going in with a lighter color. And I don't really like fill them in really dark at all. I kind of just, wherever I feel like there are sparse areas is where I apply product. And then every time I apply product, I brush it through to kind of like blend the house, to like blend it out. I'm going to set my brows using clear eyelash glue. I don't know, I got this from Aaliyah's Face, I think. I've seen other makeup artists do this also on their clients, but I tried it one day and I was like, yup, this is it. I just do a few dots through, and then I take the spoolie from my brow pencil and just brush it through. So I use this instead of using brow gel. Look at those brows. Now for this makeup routine, again, because I want it to be more natural, I don't carve out my brows. This is all I do. I fill them in and then I set them with clear lash glue. If you want to carve your brows out, be my guest. The thing I'm going to do is come back to the eyes. This is something that I started doing that's like kind of new and I like it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna go in with a angle brush. This is the Morphe M165, and I'm going into this Juvia's Place palette with this super, super dark brown eyeshadow. Now, you can use any brown eyeshadow. It doesn't have to be this one. You just need like a really, really dark brown shadow. I really wish I had a liquid liner because this would make this so much easier, but I don't. So I am going in with brown liner. And I'm doing a little wing. So I'm going in with this brown eyeshadow and I'm just gonna do a little wing eyeliner. And when I say little wing, I mean the littlest wing ever. All right, I jacked this eye up a little bit. So to fix that, I'm going to take the flat edge of my beauty blender and just take some powder. Now, it depends on the day. Sometimes I apply lashes, sometimes I don't, but I am going out after this, so I'm going to put lashes on. I'm using like the most natural lash ever. So I'm going to apply those and I'll be right back. But for this look, if you are going to wear lashes, you literally want them to be the most natural lashes that you have. So the last step is lips, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing that I always do. I wear the same lip every single day. So I got this little sad nub of a lip pencil left. It's the NYX pencil in the color Cocoa. Look, so once I put it on, I just like smudge it out with my finger. And then the KKW lipstick in Nude 2.5. And I just put that in the center. And I like to tap off, like, because I don't want it to be a lot of coverage, so I just tap it off. And then, to top everything off, I'm going in with this NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in Creme Brulee, which is one of my favorites. And it smells so good. It smells like cookies. It's like a vanilla scent. Love it. All right, one last spray. All right, babes, this is the final look. It does kind of look like more made up than I actually am. I definitely think it's the heavy blush, but I love it. I think it's very, very pretty, super natural. The lashes make it look a little bit more glam, but like I said, those are completely optional. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I wear them and sometimes I don't. This routine is super quick. I do have another summer makeup routine on my channel, but so I would say that this is an updated version of that. This is what I wear just about every day when I'm going out in the summertime, when it gets warm out, just when I want to look more put together. So yeah, if you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button, babes, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, make sure you click that little notification bell somewhere on your screen. As you can see, I went ahead and changed because I'm on my way out the door. So until next time, babes.